Hello, St. Joan of Arc families. Today we are celebrating Good Shepherd Sunday and Mother's Day, a day to honor those who raise us and Jesus, our Good Shepherd. Let's open the doorway to prayer with a centering breath. Take a big breath in and let it out. And let yourself rest in God's love. In today's Gospel, Jesus says, "I know my sheep, and they follow me." Keep these words in mind as we have our question. Let's read it together.
What does it mean to be God's sheep?
What's all this talk about sheep? Last week, Jesus called us to feed his sheep. This week, he's talking about his sheep who follow him. Are we his sheep then? When you think about sheep, you might picture quiet pack animals that might be sweet, but aren't all that bright. Is that what Jesus is asking us to be? Just before this, in the Gospel, the religious leaders were gathered around Jesus at the temple, trying to get him to say that he was the Messiah. "If you were the Messiah, tell us plainly," they said. They have Jesus in a tricky place, since if he claims he is the Messiah, they can call him a heretic and arrest him for blasphemy, which is a really serious crime. If he says he's not the Messiah, they can prove he is a fake and ignore him, which is a really bad thing for a teacher who wants to spread his message to all people. Jesus moves out of this tricky spot by finding a third way. He says, "I have already told you, but you don't believe me. If you just watch what I do, the works I do in God's name, you will have your answer." As usual, Jesus is turning the people's expectations upside down. He is the Messiah of love. He feeds the hungry, heals the sick, eats with outcasts, forgives everybody. The religious leaders were expecting a different kind of power from their Messiah. They can't see the real power Jesus is bringing to us all, God's power. Jesus shows us that the kingdom comes in surprising ways, through a God who turns our expectations and our prejudices, our blindnesses, upside down. And these earthly leaders just can't see it. But, Jesus says, those who are my followers, my sheep, hear and understand what is being said by my acts. And his sheep listen and follow. They respond by acting like Jesus. When Jesus calls his followers sheep, he's not talking about passive herd animals. He's speaking about active people of love, people who are God's hands in the world. Jesus is the Good Shepherd who lives in loving relationship with his flock. Like a good parent, he knows us, inside and out. He is always there for us. His love shapes us, and we act as his hands. In honor of Mother's Day and Good Shepherd Sunday, we have a book for you, More Than a Little, written by M.H. Clark and illustrated by Cecile Metzger, which is a love letter to those whose love shapes us. The words could be spoken by a child about their beloved caregiver, who is always there for them. They could be spoken by a mom to her children, the best things in her life. And they might even be spoken by any of us about our Good Shepherd Jesus, to whom we're endlessly grateful for all He's given us. Find yourself in the words. Our reader is Richard Dodson.
I more than a little appreciate you, and the person you are, and the things that you do. You more than a little bit matter to me. Where you are, things are brighter. It's easy to see. You're a gem. You're a peach. You're a wonderful friend. But there's more to the story than that, even then. You're gooder than good, and you're kinder than kind. I need better words than I'm able to find. There isn't a giant enough dictionary to name all the brilliance and goodness you carry. There isn't an obvious way to describe all the light and the spirit you carry inside. I could say things like generous, big-hearted, and dear. I could tell you I'm endlessly glad you are here. I could say that just knowing you're part of my life makes even the rainy days feel more all right. There's a magic that's yours, and it's like nothing else. It's something you share just by being yourself. It's hard to define, but I know that it's real. It's something that my head and my heart simply feel. The one thing that all of the brightest days share? I can look back and see that it's you. You were there. So I'm saying all this in the hopes that you'll know what a difference you make everywhere that you go. And that when I list out the best things in life, I write your name down. Not just once, you know, twice. So I guess that I'm writing this all just to say that if I could share some of what you've sent my way, then reading this makes you feel sparkling right through, because that is exactly what you always do. Yes, this is a thank you for all that you are. The good that you do in this world travels far. And even though all the right words don't exist, I wanted to write down and share all of this. I more than a little appreciate you. It's more like a whole heapin' lot. This is true.
With this video, we celebrate our last family mass and last video for the season. With hearts full of gratitude, we leave you with our sending blessing.
God of creation, bless our faith family. As we move into the adventure of summer, may we grow in your spirit, develop our taste for justice, and experience wonders as we walk in the light of your love. Amen.
Have a glorious summer and happy Mother's Day.